Know your worth and never beg again. This isn't just a motivational catchphrase. It's a fundamental principle for a life of dignity, confidence, and fulfillment. For too long, many of us have been conditioned to seek approval from the outside world, to measure our value based on how others see us. We beg for attention, for validation, for a scrap of recognition, believing that our worth is something granted to us by others. But this is a profound misunderstanding. True worth is inherent. It is the silent, unshakable knowledge of your own value, independent of any external judgment. This journey begins by understanding the trap of seeking external validation. When your self-esteem is tied to likes on social media, compliments from colleagues, or the approval of a partner, you are living in a state of perpetual uncertainty. You become a chameleon, changing your colors to please everyone, yet satisfying no one, least of all yourself. This mindset leads to a cycle of frustration, disappointment, and, in many cases, exploitation. You give too much, accept too little, and wonder why you feel so empty. Let's consider the story of Clara. In her relationships, Clara was a giver. She would cancel her own plans at a moment's notice, listen for hours to her friends' problems without ever speaking of her own, and shower her partner with affection, hoping to receive the same in return. But her efforts were rarely reciprocated. Her friends took her for granted, and her partner became complacent, accustomed to receiving without giving. Clara found herself constantly begging for the same energy she so freely gave away. She felt undervalued and invisible. The turning point came not when she confronted them, but when she confronted herself. She realized she was teaching people how to treat her. By not valuing her own time, opinions, and needs, she had shown others that they were not valuable. So, Clara began to change. She started setting boundaries. She politely declined last-minute requests that interfered with her own commitments. She started sharing her own thoughts and feelings in conversations. She invested time in her own hobbies and passions. She didn't become selfish. She became self-full. The change was remarkable. Some friends fell away, unable to adapt to the new dynamic, but the true ones stepped up, respecting her boundaries and appreciating her more. She attracted a partner who valued her for who she was, not for what she could provide. She had stopped begging, and in doing so, she received the respect she had always deserved. This principle is just as critical in our professional lives. Imagine a talented graphic designer, Leo. At the start of his career, Leo was so desperate for experience that he accepted any project that came his way, often for far less than the industry standard. He worked tirelessly, delivered exceptional results, but remained underpaid and overworked. He believed that if he just worked harder, his clients would eventually recognize his value and pay him what he was worth. But they never did. Why would they, when he had already set the price for his skills so low? Leo's breakthrough came when a mentor told him, "You are the one who sets your value. If you don't believe you're worth a higher rate, no one else will." Leo took this to heart. He researched industry standards, updated his portfolio to showcase his best work, and started quoting prices that reflected his skill and experience. He was terrified of rejection, and indeed, some potential clients walked away, but others didn't. High-value clients who were looking for quality and professionalism were happy to pay his new rates. By knowing his worth, Leo began to attract opportunities that matched his true value. He stopped begging for scraps and started dining at the table of success. So, how do you cultivate this unshakable sense of self-worth? First, practice self-awareness. Take inventory of your strengths, your accomplishments, and your values. Write them down. Remind yourself of what you bring to the table. Second, set and enforce healthy boundaries. Learn to say no without guilt. Your time and energy are your most precious resources. Protect them fiercely. Third, invest in yourself. Develop your skills, pursue your interests, and take care of your physical and mental health. The more you invest in yourself, the more valuable you become, both to yourself and to others. Fourth, curate your circle. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, respect you, and appreciate you. Distance yourself from those who drain your energy or make you feel small. Finally, stop the comparison game. Your journey is unique. Your worth is not determined by someone else's success. Focus on your own path and your own growth. The lesson is simple, yet transformative. When you truly know and honor your own worth, the world reflects that value back to you. You stop begging for a seat at the table because you realize you can build your own. Confidence is magnetic. It doesn't shout, it quietly attracts. Stand firm in your value and watch as the right people and the right opportunities are drawn to you, not because you begged for them, but because you deserved them all along.